But yeah, those are perks. So why did I take a while to actually do this? Well, first, kiting gives me a lot of points, especially with those wall guns, because they're pretty weak. The other reason is the stage's gimmick. So each... what's the word? Each map has a... Most maps have like a gimmick round. So the first map to do this was Shinonuma. Every 5 or 6 turns on Shinonuma, you'd get a dog round where zombie dogs would like run and attack you, and it was very sad. They did that in a few different maps. Darius did that, and Nocturne Toten did that. And so on Ascension, they were like, okay, what if we did this, but we did it with something else, and we made it way more obnoxious. So eventually, we're going to reach a turn where we are going to be attacked by monkeys from space. Now, you might be wondering, why is that bad? Monkeys? I mean, that shouldn't be too bad, right? Okay, well, there's a few things. First, the monkeys from space are very tiny and hard to kill depending on your weapons. Second, the monkeys are targeting your perks, the little perk machines that are against the wall. And if they touch it, you will not get the bonus perk that they will drop at the end of the round if they don't touch any, which already sucks. However, if they're on a machine for too long, from too long, I mean anywhere from like a second to a few minutes, they will take your perk away from you somehow by messing with the machine, and you gotta buy it again, and it sucks. They also sometimes hit like a truck, and they'll even... Oh, here we go. The screen's starting to shake. The coloring is changing. That means bad things are happening. So we gotta run, and we gotta go protect the machines. Now, when you're playing on solo mode, this sucks because they're like you can't guard them all at once. When you're on solo, it's like when you're on multiplayer, it's like, okay, everyone can kind of guard a certain area, but in single player, you're just kind of screwed. So you're really relying on just like Jug and Quick Revive, which you can protect both here. Now, there's also an entrance at the top here. I didn't open it because of this. See, I can protect Quick Revive just from standing here, as well as Jug, since I don't have that door open. It's just a bit more inconvenient if I happen to go down. So they're mostly all just going to kind of come down from here, and I can keep shooting them. An issue also will come up with Pack-a-Punch, because if I open Pack-a-Punch and I get a perk from one of those areas, I'm going to have to protect it. Or I'm just going to have to let it go, and it's just going to waste time and make me very sad. Alright. There we go. Last one. At the end of every one of these special rounds, they drop a max ammo. And in the case of this particular round type on Ascension, they also drop a perk if we kill them before they touch any of the machines. So I have Sleight of Hand, which will increase my reload speed. Yeah, I really don't like monkeys, especially since I play a lot of this game single player. Back in the day, in Black Ops, I played a lot of online multiplayer with random people because it was fun. I don't know. I mean, I never really talked because I didn't have a headset or anything. But it was always cool just to kind of go around and even play with friends and try and get as high as you can. But it eventually became, well, I guess I'm playing single player now, since I'm the only one still playing this game. Let me see how long we can take this. I remember, at, like, the start of the pandemic when before I got Black Ops 3, because I was just kind of posting that I wanted to play more zombies. And, I guess just at the start of the pandemic, I posted to Twitter a round that I had gotten on Black Ops Kinder to Toten after being away for so long. I remember it being pretty good. I want to say it was round 39 or 49? It was a lot of fun. But yeah, it kind of like sparked this renewed interest in playing this game again. So we're playing it single player. I don't know. Maybe if I can drag a few more people, we can play more of this like on stream or something and do single player or multiplayer. Because there are the story things that you can do with a lot of the newer maps in this on this one. That is interesting. One more thing. Earlier, we were using a box to get weapons, so that's why we have these two things. This thing, which is actually a sniper rifle with a red dot, and this ray gun, we got from a magic box. On this TV, we can see where the box location is, as well as this giant beam of light, and that can give you really good weapons, or really bad weapons, or special grenades. It's a roulette. It's my loot box. I have to put money into it, i.e. my points, and I'm gonna hope I get lucky. That is something to keep in mind. This map is in particular special because we do have the monitor, and if you remember the landmark, you can tell exactly where it is. Now, I don't know how long we're gonna go for. I guess it's just how much I can pay attention before I accidentally fucking die. There is no, like, end thing here on Ascension. It was before, like, the main story things would start to become a part of the game proper. But there is a story quest. It is the first official, like, story thing you can do and actually get rewarded for it. Other than, like, maybe, like, a radio transmission or something. There is a mission here where you help a Soviet scientist, Dr. Gersh, do some things. And when you succeed, you are given all the perks on the map. And if you've done it, you also probably have some pretty kick-ass weapons because you've been hitting the box a lot. Another cool thing about this map is the Pack-a-Punch. So, starting in Darius, there was a thing called the Pack-a-Punch machine, which will upgrade your weapon, make it more powerful, or give it more ammunition, or yada, yada, yada. It was pretty interesting what you had to do to kind of get it. On Darius, you had to activate teleporter pads in order to unlock it. And Kino, you had to just activate one of those to activate the main teleporter. In this map, you have to take all 3 landers from each of their locations and then take it back to spawn. And once you do, it'll finish a refueling process for the rocket up there. And you have to hit a button up where we turned on power to launch it. And you get to launch the rocket. And under that is the little launch pad where Pack-a-Punch is hiding, which is cool. But the other cool thing is if you have like a rocket launcher or you have a ray gun, you can actually shoot at the rocket. And if you hit it enough times, you can actually blow up the rocket. I don't know if it does. I don't remember if it did anything special. Maybe it drops the max ammo, because I remember there's a max ammo drop under there. But once you do that, it explodes. It's super cool. But we're doing all right now. Round 17. That's not too bad. What else? Ooh, this gun. This gun is the Dracon. It is a sniper rifle, as I mentioned previously. It has a red dot sight because Black Ops 3 made this cool thing where you could, yeah, don't worry about that lander. We just walked right through it. So you could customize guns in Black Ops 3. So I got this leveled up enough to where I could give it a red dot scope, which is really good for close range, so you don't have to look down an entire sniper scope. At least for dealing with zombies. Like the big zombies, it's pretty helpful. As for the monkeys, the ray gun tends to be the better bet. This is kind of part of the reason why I'm always really hesitant to like open up parts of the map and why I don't like monkeys. Because I don't want to open the other part of the map because that's where sleight of hand is. And I don't want to have to protect it every time, but I love having sleight of hand. So I'm kind of in this situation where rounds are just going to take longer and it's going to be harder to do them just because I'm not upgrading my guns and I'm not going to have full access to the box after a while. Right, reloaded. We have double tap, which is not on this map, I believe. Double tap, it increases the fire rate of your guns. And in the case of shotguns, it'll also upgrade their pump action if they're pump action. It'll make you pump them faster. You're going to pump you up. Yeah, those are the main things. I'm just kind of running around now. I kind of got through like the initial stuff that I wanted to say about the Elgato pretty early on, and I was like, well, shit. So it might be more in my best interest to just kind of show off the rest of the map. Reloading. I got a little nervous, kind of like, you get like so focused in like on the scope when you're shooting into a large thing of zombies that you'd want to be careful. We, in this particular spot for kiting and kind of holding off the zombies, you have 3 main points that you need to keep track of. You have the right stairway over here, which has a window to the right of that path after the stairs. You have the left path, which has a window in there, which we briefly kind of peeked into. And then you've got the main stairway where all the other windows are coming from that you need to be careful of. I want to get this. Leave me alone. You gotta wait a second before this fades away. Yeah, so you have this main area here as well where a majority of the zombies are going to come from. The issue when it comes to kiting is making sure zombies don't come out of there every time you move over there. The nice thing is there's these little windows that you can kind of see through that you can use as a kind of a good eye gauge of where they are. So you should be, as long as you're paying like constant attention, you should be able to keep yourself safe. So the original strat in Black Ops was literally just running a circle, and the zombie AI was such that for the most part it would stay kind of locked into you, and you didn't have to worry too much. Now in Black Ops 3, now as if this game isn't already pretty old in its own right, in Black Ops 3 they changed the AI a bit more, so it's a bit smarter. So they'll actually go around obstacles and try to kind of flank you if they can. So you kind of have to do like a bit more of a zigzagging motion. And there are some situations where you'll have to use the slide, which you do with run and the crouch button. And you kind of slide around, and you can do a little hop to get a little more momentum. And you kind of have to use that for a bit more maneuverability. Unfortunately, sometimes you just kind of get stuck. So it's good sometimes if you can to just shoot the things before they kill you. Eh.
You seem to have lost your legs, my friend.
I'm trying my best. Oh, did I accidentally grab the nuke? My bad.
The explosion is intense.
Yeah, so you have to be kind of careful about, I don't know if I want to keep the Dracon or not. I'll buy the Cuda. You got to be careful about whatever I was just talking about that I've seemingly forgotten about. Oh yeah, you got to be careful about sliding right into the warm, loving embrace of a zombie as they maul your face in. Because sometimes that is the worst way to have your run ended. At higher rounds, when we can't just kill everything we see in one shot, we'll just kind of kite everything to about its limit of zombies on screen. I don't remember what the limit is here. I know on some maps it was like 26, but I think those were like the earlier ones. But you kind of kite them up so you can save bullets since there is like a penetration kind of thing. And you just go pew, 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 pew. Get a few shots off. Pew, 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 pew. The strat in Black Ops also was, so there is a pistol just down the hall here. In Black Ops, it was the MP5K instead of the pistol. I think they put the Cuda just next to it, kind of as like a reference to it, but they wanted you to actually open that next door so you couldn't get it right away. But it's essentially the same thing with the Cuda in this game. It's, you get the Cuda, you fire like the whatever, how many bullets you have, you run down there, you reload, you do another quick move around to get around the zombies, rinse and repeat for the rest of time, forever. And eventually they just kind of die after a bajillion years. I mean, sometimes they don't, but that's okay. Thankfully we have jugs, so I am okie dokie right now. Alright. One of the things I do like to try is a powerless run because I hate monkeys. So essentially, we don't even go up there, turn on the power. We will just rely on the Cuda, the pistol down there, and then later the KN94 you can get in a different area. Which is also kind of close to here, but it's still a bit of a ways. Which is a little more powerful and a bit more bullets than the pistol. So it's an interesting little thing. Okay, we got just through that. That was scary. It's an interesting little way to play this game, but it's like self-challenges that you can do in these kinds of games, which I think are really fun. Because there's no condition for you to be doing that. Like, there is no reason to. There isn't really I don't think there's an achievement for it or anything. It's just like, yeah, I think this would be uniquely challenging and fun to do, and I'm gonna do it. You also get a lot of points. 600 and, what is that, 62,000 points? That's a lot of points to have. But, I mean, we can go higher. World record and, like, highest round games are always really interesting for these various games. There's various, like, certain things, like, in this game, there's these things called gobblegums, which are like additional kind of benefits that you can get through a vending machine. And those can be really helpful for getting through rounds quickly or safely. And I think they're interesting, but personally aren't my cup of tea, so I tend to avoid using them when I play this game in particular. But like, I think it's Black Ops 1. There's an issue with the game where it can only stay in like on or maybe just in the mode for a certain amount of time before the game will just crash. So instead of just being get through as many rounds as you can as safely as possible, it started to become you now need to beat this round as fast, like all the rounds as fast as possible before the game crashes. So there's like even more of like a speed running kind of nature to it, which makes it really cool. There's also the Shinonuma like round records, where the game is so easy to get to high rounds quickly. At least there is a simple way to do it to kill zombies very quickly and very efficiently that you can get to some extremely high rounds on like any other map. But it's just like also a ton of time to do that. Am I out of ammo? I'm not out of ammo. I barely used any ammo. But I'm gonna buy ammo. Up yet. More monkeys. More monkeys. Monkey time. Oh shit. Okay, I'm okay. I'm okay. I thought that was gonna just immediately kill me. It like pushed me for a second, but I'm okay. All right, and now we wait. I'm just hearing it in the background. Just several minutes late. Uh-oh. Oh, they're taking hits now. We got a problem. Yeah, so just like the zombies, the monkeys will get more and more powerful. The ray gun tends to be one of the better guns to deal with monkeys. Still not the best after a while. But I think we're almost done with the round. Thank you. All right, and we're gonna get another perk. We got spider. I don't remember. It's like a cherry, I think. No, that's electric cherry. That's a different perk. What is this one? I think this is a Black Ops 3 one. I just don't remember. I think it's essentially if I get hit by someone, one of my grenades is gonna go off, and it'll put them in like a spider's web. If you look at my in my bottom right UI, the grenade icon has now changed to look a bit more different. So now they're like spidery grenades. I think they're like syntaxes, so like they stick to people. Okay, we got a slight problem here. I'm gonna fucking die. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so now they're all covered in a spider web and very slow, so I'm going to unleash hell on them. And it's a very good perk, and I think they even drop grenades sometimes if you kill them with anything, which can be helpful to kind of keep your stock up, but I missed it because it goes away much faster. That was a very scary situation where I should have died for all intents and purposes. But, no, I'm still living, so I'm going to shoot him with the Kudo bit. There are better weapons for doing this. Ow. Yeah, there are better weapons, definitely, for doing this strat. One of the main ones is the Thunder Gun. The Thunder Gun was introduced in Kino der Toten, and it mainly revolved around, it just kind of shoots a large blast, and it kind of just kills everything. That has been continuously nerfed to high hell every single game it's in. Because it's kind of good, and it has a decent amount of ammo for what it does. And as long as you had the reaction for it, it was essentially a get-out-of-jail-free card. So starting, I think even in Ascension on Black Ops 1, they made it so that zombies on Ascension onward sometimes could roll out of the way or just not get fully knocked over from it. But it's still overall a much better gun to kind of have here.